we have ourselves our first heating call this season. And this is our unit here. Trane YCH 180. And so first thing you check, draft motor's not on, so either draft motor's burnt out, or we're not calling downstairs. So let me take these panels off, see what's going on. Okay, so here's the inside of the electrical section, and there's a compressor section below. And this is one of the reasons why I hate Tranes. You can see the first stage compressor is way bigger than the second stage compressor, so if you lose the first stage, you lose more than 50% of your cooling. Plus, that's always the one that dies first. Just stupid. And you can't get those anywhere except from Trane. Okay, so here's our little board here. And we got a little bit of a flashy flash. So what I'm going to do, I can't get in the building at the moment because they're not here yet. They should be here within the next 20 minutes or so, but I can test this out while they're not. So I'm going to jump out W1 in R. That effectively jumps out the thermostat downstairs so I can test this from the roof. Tranes do have a test function by controlling these jumpers here, but I'll be honest with you, I never use it. So let me shut this off and I'll jump those out real quick. Okay, you can see here I have R, which is our 24 volt power, and W1 jumped out, so that effectively jumps up the thermostat, so I know we're in heating mode. And just a bit of a kind of a explanation of what's going on in here. This is another reason why I hate Tranes. Instead of a normal burner rack, they have a sealed combustion little drum, basically. And this is the technical term for this is a power burner, but it's basically a flamethrower. You can see the gas line coming in here. Here's a gas valve, and it goes into here. So your gas comes in here, gets mixed with the air, and this is your draft motor, which forces the gas into the chamber. And then, very stupidly, instead of a spark ignition like everybody else, they use a glow coil. So this is a ceramic little rod that basically gets red hot, and they break all the time. And usually these holes rust in place, and you can never get the freaking things out, or you snap a bolt getting it out. So basically what happens is this heats red hot, and then that ignites the gas, and the force of you pushing the gas in the airflow is what your it induces your draft. Instead of every other unit, which has the draft motor on the outlet on the end of the combustion chamber, and it sucks and draws the air through a normal burner rack. This is, you can't see shit in this, and you can't tell what's going on, and it's just way more of a pain to diagnose. And plus the heat exchanger is way more hidden. At least the other ones, I can stare down the tubes and pull the back off and see if they're broken that way. It's a very, very easy way to do it. If you pull the panel off the other side, if you have a burner rack, you pull the panel off the opposite side of you and look straight down the burner rack, and you see daylight, you know you have a bad heat exchanger. This thing you can't do that with. Plus, in my case here, we're doubly screwed because we got a side discharge unit. Alright, so I'm going to turn her on here. I'm going to power. I cleaned most of the cobwebs here away. Our other indicator light, this is our ignition module here. And this big transformer is the transformer for the glow coil. That's all that does. It's a separate transformer, 24 volt transformer for your unit here. So there was a click. That draft motor should be on. I think we got a shit motor. I think we got a good motor. Alright, sorry about that. I was just talking to the manager. So they just showed up. Yeah, I think we definitely got a shit motor. I don't know if you can see in there. It don't look too healthy. Alright, so a very simple way of testing that is we can spin that. Yeah, that's the gas valve opening. It's trying the light and not sensing the draft. Alright, I can't do this with two hands, but This is the power for the motor here. So all I'm gonna do is break this and check and see if I have power here. Okay, just wanted to show you guys here. I do have power to my motor. Now these extra 2 wires here, I'm pretty sure this motor is multiple speeds. It speeds up and slows down depending on you know, if Y1 and Y2 are calling at the same time. I've noticed a problem with these over the years is what happens is that relay in there gets stuck, and what happens is you'll go to a unit, and even though the air conditioning is on, your draft motor will be going. I mean, you're not heating anything. In other words, your heat is not going on, but your actual draft motor is spinning up. And what that is that that relay is just, the contacts are welded shut. So this burns out one of the speeds on the motor. So I am almost positive that's, actually I am positive that's what it is, so I definitely need a new motor. Unfortunately, these things, what you do is you get the whole thing. In other words, this whole housing is part of the motor, and what you do is you unbolt these 4 bolts here. There's 2 there, 1 there, 1 there, and then these are on the perimeter, and this whole motor and housing pops right off, and then it comes like that with the motor and housing. The only thing is these are expensive. I think they run here somewhere in the neighborhood of like $300-400 between there, compared to with a regular draft motor costing maybe like $1.25. So that's Trane for you. They'll sell you the unit for peanuts, but man, they'll put OEM crap in there and charge you an arm and a leg for it. And I'm gonna pick up one of these. Actually, I don't have to pick one of those up. Oh, yep, that's hot. That's hot. So that's working. That's doing what it's supposed to. Okay. So I have to go and get one of these, and we'll be back to put it in. Okay, so we're back to replace this motor. I picked it up from Trane. See if the new one comes with a gasket. That's just that seal on the outside. And there's your motor. And that is a kit 02591. So these are all 7/16 bolts that have to come off. And I had to do it with one hand here. And there are 4 in the back, and these are usually the ones that rust and rot on you. These impact wrenches should be able to get them out pretty easy. Make sure you save all these, because we're going to need them in these washers too. And she should just wiggle itself out. There it is. Yeah, you can see, I don't know if you can see that. And those are burnt windings. Even though it still spins. A little bit bearing though, actually. Yeah, look at how much. Alright, the other thing you want to do too, before you put the new one in, you see this little screen? Pull this out. See all the garbage in there? Well, that's got to come out. So I'm going to brush this off, blow it out with some nitrogen. I'm going to put that back in place, and I'm going to need 2 hands to put the new motor in, so we'll come back with that mounted. Okay, this new motor's mounted. Idiot clip is plugged in. And remember how I said before, sometimes that relay sticks? Well, I was wrong in the case of this unit. This is a newer unit that uses a small circuit board and separate ignition circuit board. So the actual relay for the draft motor is in this board. The older ones used to have a separate relay. But a good way to test that, just to make sure, if I turn this disconnect on and that fan motor turns on without W1 being connected, we have a bad relay in there, but we're good to go. So let me just jump that out real quick, and we'll see this puppy fire. Okay, I got my little R to W1 jumper in there. Now this, like I said before, this is a multi-speed motor, so it'll kick on slow and then speed up depending on what the ignition control senses between W1 and W2. Ignition control lit up. There is a delay on here, you should hear a click. There's the click. There's the blower motor. You should hear another click, and then it should fire. That other click is the glow coil. There's the click. There's the glow coil. Ooh. She fired up. See the rust that just came out of there? Alright, definitely fired. Look at all the shit that just came out of there. Yeah, look at the little pile of rust in there. Let me double check the heat exchanger as best I can, and I'll probably just take this off real quick and empty that out. Well, actually, no, I think this is sealed, right? Oh, no, it's not. Okay, well, they're going to take this off and clean out those little piles of garbage. But the heat exchanger seemed okay to me when I was able to look at it. I had to take this middle cover off and take a peek in there because this is side ducted, which I did last time I was here. And it didn't look bad. Also, a good way to test these that are all completely sealed is sometimes cracks are really hard to see, and especially if you have the side ducted unit like this, they're a bitch to see. So what you can do is put the blower on and block your airflow going down into your building, and then on each one of these tubes, either put your hand in front of it, or even better, like a little piece of napkin or something. If you're getting fluttering, that's air from the blower being pushed in through the crack and coming out your heat exchanger. But let me just clean that up, and then we're pretty much done with this job. And here's to show you. Basically, this stuff is just the same thing as tailpipe on your car. And especially, you can already see the condensation forming in there. I don't know if you can tell through the smoke or anything, but that is the same thing as your, like I said, your car's tailpipe. You get the condensation forming inside these heat exchangers, and that's what rots them out. And they're usually just galvanized steel. You can opt for a stainless steel one, but it's a lot more expensive. And even then, I think the, at least from Lennox, I'm not sure about Trane, from Lennox, the regular galvanized steel are a 5-year warranty, and the stainless steel is a 10-year warranty. So even though you're doubling the warranty, you're almost tripling the price. So for a lot of people, it's just not worth it.